Welcome to the channel. Please have a seat. Help yourself to some coffee. Have you ever wondered what happens to startups? I mean, the ones that don't make it. Sometimes you see these headlines. They raise millions of dollars, and the next thing you know, they've downsized their workforce or they've completely shut down. In fact, 90% of startups fail within the first 3 years. So here, we decided to tell the stories of those who didn't make it. We spoke to over 200 founders across Africa, and we found 10 reasons why startups die. And we also found the antidote to surviving them. So if you're planning to launch a startup anytime soon, please listen up. This story has been sponsored by Neo Varsity Global. And if you stick till the end, I'm going to share with you 5 power fixes to avoid dying young. Let's get into it. Number 1. The build it and they will come disease. This is our patient zero, the patient ground X. His name was Felix. Felix had a dream to build the next paystack. He raised money from his aunt, rented an office in Lekki, built an app, and 6 months later, boom, he was selling phone pouches on Instagram just to survive. What happened? Well, Felix was what we call a tech bro. You know the type. Thinks they're Steve Jobs reincarnated. All they care about is the tech. He didn't do any market research, no interviews, no prototypes. He just went ahead and built something he thought people would want. Spoiler alert, they did not. He spent all his savings building the app. He couldn't afford to pay rent or buy food. That's when he got introduced to Instagram. Turns out there was a market for selling phone pouches online. And guess what? Felix sold his app idea to a Chinese developer for some Bitcoin and called it a day. Fix. Talk to 100 real users before writing a single line of code. Number 2. Death by ego. Now let's meet Ada. Ada was brilliant. Like straight up brilliant. When she coded, lines of code appeared on her screen like magic. She could launch a website in 2 hours flat. And at every hackathon, she was the star of the show. But Ada had a problem. She didn't listen, never asked questions. She thought she already knew. In fact, she was too big to ask anyone anything. She didn't speak to users. She ignored data. Eventually, her teams left her because they couldn't take it anymore. And Ada burned out alone in her cave. Fix. Fall in love with the problem, not your solution. Number 3. Money mismanagement. Now let's meet Jide. Jide just raised 10 million naira. That's over 6,000 US dollars. He should be happy. He should be excited. He should be planning for growth. Instead, he was thinking about shiny toys, an iMac, a giant AC, and office chairs for his staff. But you know what? He didn't have enough runway to even last a year. And so he burned through his investors' money like kerosene on a barbecue. 6 months later, he ran out of cash, he laid off his team, and he had to shut down. Fix. Act broke even when you raise money. The bootstrap mentality wins. Number 4. Wrong co-founder equals silent killer. Now let's meet Tola and Chucks. These guys were best friends. They did everything together. They played football together. They watched movies together. They planned their future together. And so when they decided to start a business together, it seemed like a good idea. What could go wrong? Well, a lot actually. At first, things were fine. They were working towards the same goal. They shared the same values. But after they made their first 100,000 naira, that's 64 US dollars, things changed. Tola wanted to spend it on beer and women. Chuck said they should save it for the business. Tola laughed at him, and that was when the silent killer started. They argued about everything. Their families intervened. Friends took sides. Eventually, Tola and Chuck ended up in court and the business died. Fix. Choose co-founders like you choose your spouse. Align on values. Document everything. Number 5. Ignoring legal and taxes. Now let's meet Miriam. Miriam had everything she needed to succeed. A great product, a solid team, and great funding. But after 3 years, she had to close shop. Why? She didn't register her business. She didn't get a tax identification number. She didn't open a business bank account. So when the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission came knocking, they thought she was laundering money. They froze her business account. They suspended her Paystack account. And eventually she had to shut down. Fix. Register your business. Get a TIN. Open a business bank account. Stay clean. Number 6. Scaling too fast. Now let's meet Abdul. Abdul had a great product. 1 client became 2 clients became 5 clients. And then one day he got approached by an investor who wanted to fund his expansion to 10 cities in the next 3 months. Sounds like a great deal, right? Well, it was, except Abdul didn't nail his operations in the first place. So when he tried to scale, quality dropped. Clients left, new clients didn't come. And before you knew it, his business died. Fix, nail it, then scale it. Number 7. No real business model. Now let's meet Eno. Eno was the queen of giving everything for free. She gave free rides to Uber drivers. She gave free flights to pilots. She gave free phones to her friends and family. She believed that one day she would make so much money that she would be able to charge for these services. But unfortunately, she never made enough money. And by the time she realized it was too late, people expected things from her for free. And when she finally launched her paid service, nobody signed up. She died broke. Fix. Know how you'll make money and start making it fast. Number 8. Weak marketing and zero visibility. Now let's meet Bayo. Bayo built a great product, but nobody knew about it. He didn't have a website. He didn't have a blog. He wasn't posting on social media. There was no marketing material, no content, no SEO. And so his business remained a ghost. Fix. Learn marketing or hire someone who does. Number 9. Lack of mentorship. Now let's meet Cynthia. Cynthia had a brilliant idea. She just graduated from university and she was ready to change the world. Problem was her idea wasn't all that unique. Other people had done it before and they were successful. But Cynthia refused to listen to any advice. She thought she was smarter. She thought she knew better. She burned out trying to reinvent the wheel. Eventually, she died alone in her cave. Fix. Find mentors. Listen. Learn. Adapt. Number 10. Burnout and mental collapse. All right, so this one isn't a person. It's everyone. The long nights. The missed birthdays. The canceled plans. The unpaid salaries. The constant hustle. It can drive you insane. So many founders take their own lives every year. They sacrifice their mental health for their business. And when you look around, you think you're alone. But trust me, you're not. Every founder goes through this. Fix. Rest. Build support systems. Pace yourself. You're human. So you've heard the killers. You've seen the victims. Now let me give you the cure, the 5 power fixes to stay alive. Number 1. Validate everything before you build. Talk to users. Ask questions. Prototype. Test. Number 2. Spend like you're broke. Keep operations lean. Focus on revenue. Number 3. Build a real team, not just friends. Hire based on skill and character. Get contracts in place. Number 4. Learn legal basics. 10 CAC bank accounts. Taxes compliance. Number 5. Focus on value, then visibility. Deliver value, then blow your trumpet. Not the other way around. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Until then, I'm rooting for you. Go get him. Thank you for watching this episode of Hustle in Paradise. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share with a friend. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Catch you at the top.